What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and to another Battlefront 2 update. The Cooperation game update is now live in Battlefront 2, and in this video we're going to run through the patch notes, break down all the important changes that have gone into the game, and show off some gameplay of the new content. Let's check it out. As always, if you guys like the coverage, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And it worked really well last time, so I'm going to ask it once more. Let's see if we can get the video to 1,000 likes in the first day. You guys kill it with all the interaction and support you give the videos, and it's deeply appreciated. So hit that thumbs up button, and let's check out this new content. The 4 big content features this month are 2 new game modes, co-op and instant action, the new map Felucia, which is available to be played in Capital Supremacy and these 2 new modes, and the new reinforcement, the Clone Commando. The Capital Supremacy gameplay you're seeing right now is of the new reinforcement on Felucia. It's an Enforcer class, costing 1,000 battle points to play as, and is available on any mode where you can play as the Galactic Republic. On top of the new content, the Cooperation update also brought into the game a new skin for Luke Skywalker and a new emote for Darth Maul, but they're both locked behind a challenge which will be available October 11th. From that point, we'll have a week to unlock the Farm Boy appearance for Luke Skywalker and the Kenobi emote for Darth Maul. You can actually see the Luke Skywalker skin in the menus right now. The menus themselves have actually changed too, so let's go over that and some of the quality of life improvements that came with the update. The first major menu change that you'll notice is in the Play tab, which now has 2 different categories, single player and multiplayer. If you go into the single player tab, it has your campaign, instant action, and arcade mode, and the multiplayer tab will be what it was before. But you'll notice in the assault section that strike and extraction modes have been merged together in a playlist. You'll now be playing these modes back to back in a rotation. Also, under the operations tab, you'll find the new co-op mode in between Blast and Ewok Hunt. This new tidied up menu looks pretty good, but the biggest quality of life improvement that came with this update is the addition of damage reduction messaging. This is new UI and audio elements that let you know when you deal damage to an enemy that has a damage reduction effect applied. When you shoot a target with damage reduction, you'll hear a faint metallic ticking sound that lets you know that they're taking reduced damage, and you'll also see a faint shield symbol pop up around them. They will also have that shield symbol next to their health bar above their head. In the same way, when you have damage reduction applied to you, you'll get that same shield symbol next to your health bar, and it will start to glow when you begin to take damage, which will let you know that the damage reduction is working. I think this is a great improvement, and it will help a lot of the newer players understand combat better, and just Battlefront 2 in general. So now that we've gone over the new content features and the quality of life improvements, let's check out the patch notes and start with the hero changes that came with the update, because there are a lot of them. Arguably, the most important change that came with the update is the removal of the health buff stacking from Finn and Yoda. Finn's Big Deal and Yoda's Presence abilities will no longer stack together, and one will take priority over the other depending on which hero uses it when. This change also includes the officer's Battle Command ability, which gets the lowest priority out of these 3. Basically, the way it works is like this. If you're being affected by Finn's Big Deal and Yoda activates Presence on you, Presence will then cancel out Big Deal and you'll get the effect from Presence. This works vice versa as well. If you're under the effects of Presence and Finn activates Big Deal, you'll then get the Big Deal buff. If you're playing as Finn or Yoda though, and you're under the effects of your own ability, the other hero's ability will not affect you. You will simply ignore it. And then of course, both hero abilities will simply cancel out the officer's battle command. This will hopefully balance out the light side in Galactic Assault, and is a really good change. Hero abilities have also seen an improvement. If you try to activate a hero ability but it gets interrupted by something else, it will not go into cooldown. You'll be able to use that ability again right away. This is a great change and should help with a lot of those frustrating moments where your abilities get cancelled out when you really need them. On that note, with some heroes you'll now see a tag above their head that says resistant, and this happens when they would otherwise be affected by a ragdoll effect, either a push or a pull, but they were in a situation where they were not affected by it. Something like this would be Darth Vader's choke, or General Grievous's unrelenting advance, something where they stand their ground and they can't be affected by the ragdoll. If Vader is using his choke and Luke tries to do a push on him, Vader won't get pushed and you'll see resistant above Vader's head. This is another good UI change that should help a lot of the newer players understand combat better and understand why their force power didn't work in a certain moment. Next, lightsaber heroes have a section all to themselves with some really good changes. Changes have been made to reduce the risk of rubber banding when deflecting a lightsaber attack, and staggers have been updated to give more control to the player being attacked. This is really good news. This sounds like the stun lock effect will have less of an impact on you, and when you're being attacked by an enemy and you try to dodge away, you'll actually dodge away instead of getting sucked back into their attack and take damage. Plus, all lightsaber heroes have had their dodge timings adjusted in order to let them move earlier after the dodge animation. Some heroes like Anakin Skywalker have a really smooth dodge, where they can start running again right after they're done with the dodge animation. It sounds like this change is to help bring all the other lightsaber heroes to that level. Some great changes there. Let's move on to some of the hero-specific ones. Most of these are just visual changes, which I won't take the time to go over here, but we will hit the important ones that you need to know. And starting strong, Darth Vader's choke ability is now dodgeable. If you're in the radius and you pull off your dodge in time, you can now avoid that ability. Captain Phasma can now pick up her sentry droid. This should help Phasma relocate, as it was currently very frustrating to be locked in place or to have to lose your turret for the duration of the cooldown if you wanted to move. She can now freely pick it up, just like the officers and the heavies can pick up their turrets. This next one is huge. Both Rey and Obi-Wan Kenobi have had the glitch fixed where they would drain all of your stamina with their dash strike and defensive rush abilities. This will help with HVV, and on top of that, Obi-Wan Kenobi also has a new animation for his defensive rush. It's much faster, aggressive, and looks way cooler if you ask me. Iden Versio has had an increase to her alternative fire's recharge time, from 2 seconds up to 2.3 seconds to help reduce the spam a little bit. And last but not least, Yoda, who I saved for last because he has a lot of changes, specifically nerfs. Yoda mains might want to hold on to something. First, the health bonus from Yoda's presence ability has been reduced on troopers from 100 to 70 and reduced on heroes from 200 to 150. The active time has also been reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. Presence isn't the only thing that took a hit though. Yoda's dash attack's damage has now been reduced from 130 to 85. That's a pretty significant dip in damage, so just keep that in mind next time you're playing as Yoda. That's it for the major hero changes in the cooperation update. Let's look at some of the tweaks made to game modes and maps. Capital Supremacy and Heroes vs. Villains have seen some UI adjustments and changes to the spawns. Also, here is some good news for players of Arcade mode. The credit payout for that mode has essentially doubled. Before, you could only earn a daily limit of 1,500 credits, and that's now been increased to 3,000, with a credit payout of about 200 to 250 credits after each round. With the addition of instant action, I'm sure a lot of players will also be playing Arcade, so the increase in credit payout is nice. The patch notes also go over a number of minor trooper, reinforcement, and vehicle changes, but most of them really aren't worth going over here. One big change to bring up though is to the speeders. They have all had their damage values tweaked so that they're less effective against heroes and infantry. This affects the primary blaster cannon of all the speeders, and also the laser barrage ability of the 74Z speeder bike, which I believe are the ones found on Endor. So no more one-shotting heroes as speeders. They'll now probably be used more for transportation and getting from point A to point B than anything else. And those are all the significant patch notes for the cooperation update. I'll have a link with the full notes down below in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. But be sure you hop into Battlefront 2. Check out Felucia, the Clone Commando, the 2 new modes, and enjoy the cooperation update. This has been the patch recap here at the Star Bazaar. I appreciate you all tuning in. I'll see you all out on the Battlefront. Peace.